I miss it already. Recently I uploaded a video just touching base and updating everybody on, why I've been away from YouTube for a little while. And I just wanted to clarify something here. I was not looking for any sympathy, and I very much appreciate the concern that people have shown, and I love the humanity in that. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone understands I was not looking for sympathy. I'm not looking for any kind of... because I recognize that I'm still a very fortunate individual with the life that I lead and the life I've lived to this day. If something happens to me tomorrow, I've lived a pretty good life. I've had some trauma and tragedy, but compared to many, and that's sort of what I wanted to talk about here, compared to many, I've been very, very fortunate. And in fact, some of you have conversed with me privately about some of the different medical things that we should maybe share in common or that you have as well. And I'm quite often just really brought back down to earth when it comes to the issues that I've faced with floaters and migraines and things like that, and some of the things that other people go through. One person in particular I've been conversing with recently, I didn't realize they had posted a reply, and it was a very long response, just basically laying out their medical history, and it's really humbling to see that. Really makes me feel like, geez, I'm complaining about small potatoes here. And so you probably know who you are. We began our discussion with regards to the anti-vax movement and that sort of thing. And I haven't responded to that long comment because I didn't realize it was there till just the other day. And really, again, brings me back down to earth. So I just want to make sure everyone knows I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm not woe is me or anything like that. Just meant to be informational. This is why I've been away from YouTube. What I wanted to talk about quickly today was I was watching a video, and somehow, YouTube's got this thing now where they just put forth the next video automatically. And I don't know how it chose this video. It was a sort of a conspiracy theorist, New World Order conspiracy video. I haven't watched stuff like that for a very long time, so I don't know how it would have decided that that's the thing that I should watch next. Maybe it's just because of the type of videos I'm watching. I'm not sure. Anyway, it was, and I've watched a lot of those in the distant past, I would say, years ago. I went through a period where I was watching a whole bunch of those just back to back. But it's been a few years now since I've watched anything like that. And most of them have been sort of secular, I think, a lot of them that I watched before in nature. The one that came up today that I just started listening to while I was working is from a religious perspective. And it's very interesting to listen to people talk about, the Antichrist and this, charismatic, powerful world leader. And some people in the comment section are saying, it's Obama, which is really quite silly. But what's even more silly, and some of you can give me grief if you want, I have a video that I recorded the other day. I have yet to upload it, but it talks a little bit more about something that I alluded to in my update video, which is that the whole great debate thing for me is losing any kind of interest, because it's just a rehash of the same old tired arguments, and nobody's really putting a period on anything. And the video that I have yet to upload talks a little bit about that and what really should be said. But this kind of got my interest piqued a little bit, just because it's so entertaining to listen to these people talk about Lucifer and the Antichrist and the New World Order and all these plans that they have, dating all the way back to the Garden of Eden and the fall of mankind, and the things that God apparently said to Satan in Genesis 3, chapter 3, verse 15, I think it is, something like that, where he talks about, someday I'm gonna get you. Someday my savior that I'm gonna bring forth is gonna get you. Your days are numbered, but till then, do your biz, right? And so all these people are talking about all this stuff that the New World Order is up to, all these Luciferian type things, and how the flood was actually not just about sin being brought into sin being committed by mankind and it reaching critical mass, but it was also because of the intermixing of the fallen angels with the human females, and how it was actually Satan's desire to infect mankind with his seed. So the only way to really do it was with this, again, another inelegant solution. Just fucking kill everything. I'm listening to this and I'm watching this and I'm listening to all these people talk about all this, and all I can help thinking is, you're talking to the wrong dudes. You need to talk to the one, right? The one that actually had the power to do anything about anything. And I liken this, all these inelegant solutions that God seems to come up with. Threatening Satan, one of these days your number is up, so, but in the meantime, he's just leaving him loose like some rabid dog in the backyard of a, suburban preschool, to just ravage all these poor children that are there, and then later on, right? Because really, if Satan is as powerful as he really is, and I mean, assuming any of this exists, obviously, what are any of us going to do? I mean, we're even powerless, I think, probably to a large degree, many of us, to overcome mentally and believe in the face of all of this, in the face of all the deception and stuff that Satan would really be putting out there, right? So this is akin, as far as I'm concerned, to leaving this rabid dog in the backyard of a preschool and unattended and letting him have his way with the poor little children there. The responsible entity here is the one with all the power. And to do this finger wagging in Genesis 3:15 is silliness. And it's silliness to put all the responsibility on humankind to overthrow and overcome and to believe in the face of all the deception and all that stuff. Totally ridiculous. If that wouldn't shake your faith, I don't think you're thinking. It reminds me of a couple of videos that I've seen recently, and something that happened to me, actually. One video is of this little toddler going around the back of a car, and this dog comes up and starts attacking this toddler. And this cat comes from out of nowhere and just rips into this dog, and the dog is gone. Cats can be vicious, right? Especially when they're protecting their young. And obviously this cat was protecting this toddler. This cat moved like the wind. This cat knew. This cat had instincts, and the instincts are that if danger is upon you, to avoid damage, you must act quickly. You don't wait around. You don't say to the dog, when you're done, some stuff's going to happen to you. Tomorrow, I'm going to put you down. You act immediately, right? The cat's got enough sense. The damn cat's got enough sense to act immediately and swiftly. And actually, the other night, my wife and I were walking our dog. Now, he's a big boy. He's 120 pounds. He's a lab, Great Dane cross. He can handle himself, but he's a member of the family. He's our kid, in a lot of ways, and we protect him. And we haven't allowed him to interface with dogs that are questionable. He's been able to play with dogs that are friendly and nice and that sort of thing, but we don't let him play with dogs that are, potentially going to get into a fight with him. We were walking past a neighbor that's just up the road, and their dogs are always locked up. They've got 2 shepherds and a Rottweiler that's got 3 legs. Probably middle age or a little bit older, this Rottweiler. They're always locked up, and we've never had a problem, but we were walking the other night and they were out and they started running towards us, and the owner was recalling them, and the shepherds were coming and they recalled, but the Rottie was not having anything doing. The Rottie was coming. And then after that, with the Rottweiler kept coming, the shepherds lost their recall and they started coming as well. And I took the dog from my wife. She had his leash, and I stood in front of him, and I was preparing, and I knew instinctively at that moment the thing I have to do is to act as quickly as possible and do whatever I've got to do to avoid damage, right? Some friends of ours actually had their dog attacked recently by 2 other dogs, and major surgery, big ass surgery bills, and potentially, definitely long-term damage to this poor dog, if not the potential for infection and death and that sort of thing. She really got messed up, and I knew this, and I'm just there ready to do whatever I've got to do in that moment. I'm there to avoid injury and damage at all costs right fucking now. And it just boggles the imagination to think that that the creator of everything, with perfect foreknowledge of all, would sit around with this pit bull in the backyard of the preschool and just say, one of these days, your number is going to be up. And to all of you who succumb and fall prey to this pit bull, you should have known better or something. Just totally ridiculous. Like I said, if that didn't test someone's faith, just thinking about things like that, I don't know what the hell would. Anyway, just something I thought I'd share. There's more to this video. I'll probably just let it play because a lot of it's very funny to listen to. There's some stuff I was just listening to. I wish I could remember because I was going to talk about it, but I might make another video. One more thing, to the space frog, mission accomplished. Thanks everyone for watching.